It's never been easy, I know you see through me, but that's why I'm feeling like you can get me through this, get me through.
Hi, I'm Jim Pusateri, Coach P, and you're watching and listening to Good Morning Minute with Coach P. In our last video, I spoke to you about the many setbacks I encountered in my journey of life. I shared with you my mental toughness story so you can understand that we all suffer through tragedy and setbacks in life. It's how we respond to these setbacks that determines our mental toughness, the ability to move forward under pressure. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about the successes in my life so you can understand that success happens even in the midst of unbelievable tragedy and setback. Here's a brief outline of my life successes. When I was 16 years old, I got my first job, which I call an opportunity. Job's an opportunity. Make the best of it. The job you have is the greatest job in the world until the next opportunity presents itself. That first job, I was a dishwasher in an Italian restaurant. At age 18, I graduated from high school. And believe me, folks, I hated every minute of high school. It wasn't my favorite time of life. Couldn't wait to get out of there. It's kind of unbelievable. That's where I'm back now. But I hated it while the process was going on, and there were several reasons for that. We'll get into them in a later video. While I was still 18 years old, though, I did obtain my second job. I became a grocery clerk at Hills Foods there in Elsip, Illinois. And that's where I met my future wife. At age 19, I actually started my third job, which was a stock clerk at Jewel Foods. Fortunately, one of the bad things I learned at Jewel Foods was how to drink, which I don't think is a very good thing to do. Why would you want to alter your mind? I just don't understand it. But it took me a long time to figure that out. After that job at Jewel Foods, I actually obtained my fourth job as a stock clerk over at Toys R Us. That August, I ended up getting married to my wife, who we've been married to for 42 years now. At age 20, I started my fifth job. So in 4 years, I was already on my fifth job. I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I didn't have the passion. I didn't understand what I was looking for. I didn't know where I was heading. I was just bouncing around trying to find something. That fifth job, I worked in a mixing department and a packaging department, and I actually ended up being promoted to shipping clerk. I was at Griffith Laboratories in Elsip, Illinois. They made seasoning there with a spice factory. So, also when I was age 20, we had our first son. At age 22, we had our second son. At age 24, we had our third son. At age 25, I actually started my sixth job. It was at Trican Systems in Elsip. And we fabricated and installed conveyor systems all over the country. Can conveyor systems. At age 28, I began playing semi-pro football for the next 7 years. It was at that time that I also began coaching Little League Baseball. And I started a sporting goods business part-time. At age 29, I added a screen printing business to the sporting good business. We printed our own garments. At age 30, we expanded the printing business into business printing, paper printing, business cards, things of that nature. At that same time, I won my first league championship coaching baseball. We also became district all-star champions for the next 6 years. We won our district championship in the all-star tournament. At age 31, the sporting goods and the printing business went under. At that time, I started a desktop publishing company where I was actually laying out people's designs and things like that. We designed flyers and things like that for people for printing purposes. Still not knowing where I wanted to go, but the one thing I started to learn at this point was I really enjoyed mentoring and coaching younger kids. At age 31, the desktop publishing business was going nowhere. I ended up taking a job as a retail sporting goods manager in a sporting goods company out in Tinley Park, Illinois. At age 31, I ended up beginning coaching football and baseball on the freshman level over at Shepherd High School in Palos Heights, Illinois. Coach Don Webster gave me my first opportunity at high school football, and that's really what I started to fall in love with. Actually, I guess I could back up a little bit and tell you I fell in love with it a little bit sooner than that when I was coaching youth football. Part of our semi-pro football, we wanted to use a stadium in Crestwood, Illinois, and part of the agreement was that some of us would coach the youth football program there. And that's when I really got my first football position and realized how much I liked that. I was still coaching baseball at the time. So at age 34, I began a sales position at a fire and water restoration company. I also became the sophomore head football coach at Marist High School. Coach Jim Nudera. Learned a ton from Coach Nudera. At age 35, we had our fourth son. At age 36, I became the head sophomore coach at Prospect High School. Coach Nudera left Marist, went up to Prospect, and I went with him. At age 37, I left the restoration company I was working for to start my own restoration business. And I became the varsity offensive coordinator for Weber High School at that time. At age 38, I became the head football coach at Luther South High School, and we opened up a retail flooring company at the same time. Now, the unique thing about becoming a head football coach at Luther South was everyone told me there's no way you're ever going to become a head football coach unless you have a teaching degree. Well, I was able to accomplish that because I started to develop them skills of having the passion and going after something that you wanted, and don't let anything get in your way. Yeah, they were right. It was hard. It was hard to obtain that job, and really to continue on in that, I probably was going to need that teaching degree, and this is at the time that I understood that. So at age 39, I made this decision in my life. I didn't really like the man in the mirror, and I quit drinking. It's been 21 years since I quit that drinking, that bad habit. Couldn't understand why I did it in the first place. Didn't like who I was becoming drinking, and started to realize that why do you want to change your mind? Why do you want to alter yourself? Be you. Be who you are. At age 40, I opened up a real estate, or I shouldn't say that. At age 40, I obtained my real estate license, and I became a part-time realtor. At age 41, I expanded the restoration business into reconstruction of fire-damaged homes. We opened a remodeling center, a retail location, and at that time we began to purchase foreclosed properties as rentals and flipping them. I left Luther South at that time as the head football coach, and I got involved in a little bit of political stuff, and I won an election as a Park District Commissioner. At age 43, the restoration business started to fail. I began a new position as a manager of a property management company. And that's when I decided to return to school to obtain my bachelor's degree in business management with hopes of becoming a business teacher at some point. At age 46, I started my own real estate and property management company. At age 51, the real estate, the property management, and the rental home business crashed with the real estate market. We lost everything. We ended up filing for bankruptcy. And at age 53, I began a salesman's job selling sports equipment, and I began to run political campaigns. At age 56, I finally graduated from college. In May of that year, I graduated from Benedictine University with a bachelor's degree in business management and a minor in marketing. That's when I set my sights on becoming a teacher with the intention to be a head football coach at the high school level. I've really found being at all the levels, some indoor professional, college, youth football, high school football, that high school football is what I really enjoyed. It's where I really thought you could make a difference in a young man's life. At age 57, I applied for a teaching certificate, and Illinois came back to me and told me that because I didn't have a degree in education, my degree was in business management, even though I wanted to teach business, that I was actually going to have to obtain a master's degree to be teaching Illinois. So, what do? I started my master's degree program at Concordia University. I was going to take it in educational leadership. At that time, I made a decision to move to Florida because I could teach in Florida on a temporary certificate until I had completed my master's degree. In February of that year, I began teaching a position in business education at University High School in Orlando. I also became an assistant football coach there. In December of that year, I completed my master's degree in educational leadership. At age 58, I actually became the head football coach at University High School in Orlando, Florida. At age 59, I started an online business creating and selling educational courses. That June is when I found out that my teaching certificate would not be reviewed. When I first got to Florida, I was told if I took my master's degree, that would obligate the courses that they wanted me to take for a teaching prep. So I wanted to complete the master's degree. Obviously, I would have my credentials. Well, it turned out that the state accepted my master's degree, but thought I needed to take 2 more classes and pass the educational leadership exam to get that permanent teaching certificate. So at that point, I lost my teaching position because I didn't have a certification, and I needed to go back to college and take 2 college classes. So again, a little bit of a setback. What did I do? I went ahead and at age 60 now, I began taking the 2 college courses. I passed the examination. I obtained my permanent teaching certificate, which is in educational leadership, meaning that I actually could be a principal now, athletic director, whatever the case may be, assistant principal. My certificate also gave me an endorsement in athletic coaching. I now could teach any of the subjects that fall under the social science and business education. That February, I actually started speaking professionally in the area of building mental toughness. So here we come to today. As you can see, I've had many successes in life, all during the time frame of many tragic events and many setbacks. Again, I share this story with you so you can see that with a passion, an end game, you can move forward through the good times and the bad times. If you have an end game, write it down, break it into action steps, and go to work on those action steps. And you will fulfill your passion and lifetime journey towards success. When the bad times hit, keep to the grind and move forward towards that goal. To hear my mental toughness story, make sure you listen to the 3 videos on our YouTube channel, the introduction video and 2 and 3 videos. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive our weekly Good Morning Minute video with Coach P. Hey, if you'd like me to speak to your group or company about the subject of mental toughness and the skills required to overcome life struggles, drop me an email with the details. It is one of my passions to help you acknowledge your purpose and value in life, while providing the tools you need to start making a change towards today's developing the mental toughness to succeed. Hey, this is Coach P. I hope you have a great day. Remember now, get out there, move forward. Drop us an email if you need anything. We're here to help. Have yourself a great day.